12:40 a.m. WSBC. Welcome back, folks, to another week of the Houli Radio Hour. This show is presented to you by Fox's Pizza. Hot, delicious, sizzling, thin, tavern-cut Chicago-style pizza. Look at the hand mannerisms I just did there.
Yeah.
I made the sign of the pizza and the slice hand. You got to say the sign of the pizza, especially during Lent when you go in on Fridays at Fox's.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what it is. Flood Brothers Disposal. The garbage after St. Patrick's Day in our town, cleaned up quickly. Thank you, Flood Brothers. If your neighborhood community does not use Flood Brothers here in Chicagoland, call your village president and ask why.
Yes.
Or just call Bob Flood himself, and he'll come over and deliver it and have it picked up in front of your home. Flood Brothers Disposal. Lucky Day was like, it was $600,000.
No.
Yeah, somebody in Lincolnshire won today, this afternoon.
It's always those Lincoln Woods, Lincolnshires.
It does seem like a lot of winners out of those areas.
Is it ever
Shout out to Lincolnwood and Lincolnshire, to all the winners there. Well, I know that if I win one of these days, I'm calling my buddies Mike or Dan Man at Madden Funds.
Me too.
My name's Paddy Houlihan. I'll be your host all hour. Joining me as always, twin brother Billy.
Here we are, back again. We survived. It's over.
Yeah.
Thank God.
St. Patrick's Day weekend has come to a halt and has finally packed things in.
Yeah.
Fell on a Monday this year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, you had the whole weekend to go bonkers, and then Monday.
It was 3 weekends in a row for me.
Yeah.
It was a bit much. Not to mention the planning that starts probably in second week of January.
I guess for a lot of listeners that aren't of Irish American descent,
Yeah.
here in Chicago,
It is
the whole
marathon.
When when you get that entwined into your community, into your Irish American heritage here in Chicago.
Well, Chicago is such a melting pot, though.
There's so much networking that everyone who's of Irish American descent all of a sudden feels that they have to do, because they're all celebrating the fact that they're Irish, is a diaspora.
Sure.
So as a result, it's a marathon run for anybody who in business who's Irish American. They're running around. It's like, I think it's busier than Christmas for those people, for us included. I mean,
it is.
It's like a crazy rush to,
like, people in my business always, they say October, November, December, balls to the wall, we're going at it, right? Mm-hmm. We do, but then for me, I get like 2 weeks off, and then it's like back at it. My break is like, which is nice. Mm-hmm. It's like in the summer, like, we gear up, we get our programming done. And then if it's set in place by April, the rest is just like, let's, and then we cruise all the way up until September. I love that. Yeah. So you get to kind of enjoy your summer and cultivate a little bit of new business the most you can, and develop relationships. It's nice.
Well, anyway, it's fine. Yeah. It's over.
Thank
over.
God.
And a lot of people here in Chicago do. What I was saying was they feel inclined, right? And even though we have, we report on it. As Hibernian media,
we love it.
We tell a lot of people. We try to bring those people to light, but there's only so many things you can go to. You got to pick and choose.
It's true.
You're constantly hearing about everything that's happening in other places through interviews that you're conducting during that season. Yeah, promoting events. That's on our other show, but. Yeah, there is a lot of...
I went to some great St. Patrick's Day parties this year.
Did you?
I'm just like all around. I mean, it's the fun part about working with a brand that's affiliated with the holiday, but not only that, but I don't know. I mean, Chicago, they really do it right here.
Look at my gray cup that I'm using tonight.
I know. Yeah.
Like
nice.
that.
Yeah. Did you want me to make a joke about it? I mean,
I was listening to you for a minute. I went, look at my gray cup.
Am I that boring already?
No, not at all. Go on. Sorry.
No, you work in a city like this, and it's, where there's just so many talented people. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but like so many great establishments and well-run businesses that it's really, I have a friend, like I think I said it last week on the show, a friend of mine, he says the best weekend of the year in Chicago, because you really get to see these, especially if you're in my business.
All the activations, all the things that are come to life. If you're in the wine and spirits
business, like, you get to see it all right in front of your face. Yeah. And just, it's fun.
Especially the dying of the river here in Chicago.
I mean, we saw, so we have a brand, a buddy of mine sent me a reel that had gone viral, mm-hmm. and it was the dying of the Chicago River Green. And
saw it.
Because of a sponsorship that we had with an establishment that has outdoor, we had banners lined up everywhere for maybe 200 yards or more, like the length of it. And this guy went viral, and you see that in the viral video.
Oh,
I mean, the ad
brand,
dollars behind that.
Yeah,
I mean, they like for what probably costed us, 5 G's, maybe more, generated the ad dollars that probably would have costed them, maybe $1 million.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't get any better than that.
That's what you felt like your big win company.
It wasn't mine. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, holy cow. The guy they had already had 18,000 impressions on it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's early. I mean, St. Patrick's Day was only 3 days ago. Like, it gets generated. I give it a year, or if we want to use it as our brand, they just push it out. I bet you that thing gets up to $500,000 or more.
I wonder if your brand appears in an ad that goes in an
all it says is Chicago.
It
just said Chicago loves green rivers. That's it. And it was just like that thing can go on for years.
A meme.
Yeah,
video meme.
And it was like 15 seconds long. It was, it was fun.
So that was the big win for you, but
I think so. I don't know. I mean, there were lots of big wins this year. I'm just glad it's done. I got to now on to me. It's March Madness.
It is madness time. I filled out my bracket today, right before the first game, and I promptly lost. It's like right away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Paddy claims this guy all year. He's talking about, I got this and I got that and I got my parlay picks. And I've been watching it.
Yeah.
So last night I go, hey, my friend Karen, she's got a pool going. She asked me to join it for $25. It's through ESPN. I had to sell her the dough. She goes, you just fill out your bracket and just sign up a username and fine, cool. I get back to my house and Paddy hosts the radio show Hibernian Radio. On Wednesdays, and they do it out of my apartment. But so he's there, and I go, hey, I need some help. You the guy that's watching this all year. We finally, because I can't see, the bracket is showing me from left to right. So I picked the first round, and then right to left. I picked the first round. The round goes to the left, and now I can see my pool of 32. Then I do that. Then it goes to 16. Right. So I'm looking at the seeds, but somewhat. We get to the final four. He's got 4 number 1 seeds in the final 4. I said, this never happens. I said, stop thinking like there's point spreads involved. I said, it's the tourney. A 12 is going to beat a 2.
Are you speaking to the audience right now?
I'm speaking to you because I'm angry because I looked at my bracket and I've already had like 3 bust games on his
Mike, at some
wonderful.
Point, now I'm talking to Mike, our engineer. All of a sudden, in the middle of this segment, he just starts veering off and telling a story about his bracket to a third person over here. I guess that works.
I don't even want to talk to you though because I'm angry about it.
I killed your bracket.
The other thing you said to me, I had a weird thing happen to me today.
What happened?
Do I use my hand? Do I point a lot?
I think so.
Really?
I think I have the habit too. I think it's because I have long, gangly arms. I'm a hands talker. I like to make mannerisms. So people said you were pointing at them?
My counterpart, Diana, and God, I love her, right? And
my counterpart.
Well, she's actually my boss, one of them.
Yeah. This is like you're talking like we're on LinkedIn right now.
Yeah.
My counterpart.
So she says
my
to
associate.
me, wait, this gets good. So we're in an establishment. We have a brand ambassador in town, and we take him to an account that I'm on, and it's a high profile account. It's nice, right? And she's like, "Come on, like, I'll meet you there." And I'm in there with me, her, the brand ambassador, and then another coworker, counterpart, shall I say? And this beautiful girl walks in, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh. Look at this girl.
You made that sound?
No, I mean, I didn't really go. I didn't do that.
That's borderline. That's kind of creepy. That's like that can either go like you're mocking her or you're a complete nut.
Well, I'm with a really good group of people.
Or Mike has a note, or you're Italian. Oh,
yeah.
not on. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get away with it.
So she's like,
they go, oh, Madon, how are you, beautiful? Come on in, take a seat. Yeah, they could give her the Frank Sinatra treatment. We can't as Irish people.
So I see it, and she's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, I take my buddy, go, look, and even Diana, because Diana's gay, so she can appreciate a beautiful woman too, you know? So I'm like, look to everybody, you know?
Wow.
And I'm like, right over there, you know? And she's like, yeah, stop pointing, Bill. Oh, stop, you know? And I'm like, am I pointing? She's like, you just pointed. And you were like, look. You know, and she's like, we see her. She's gorgeous. She's just, everybody in the room obviously is noticing her. You don't have to point, you know? And I'm like, and Kerwin's like, no, Bill loves to point. I said, I do? He said, yeah. He said, I've been out with you before too, where you're like, look at those people. Look at that, you know?
Pointing.
And I said, do I really? I don't really realize I'm doing it. Funny, it gets better. So they're making jokes about me.
It can't possibly get better.
And then we have to go to a second establishment where we're supporting. Now we're sitting down. We're having a quick dinner.
Yeah.
And a woman falls as she's walking into the restaurant.
Oh, no.
And I went, whoa, that girl just fell. And she goes, you're pointing again.
I think you can, in a situation.
And I said, wait a minute.
In a situation, you can point like that. You can point. You go, oh, well, look at her. We got to help her. You can't point and then not do anything in an emergency. Right?
Well, maybe it was that. No, they were helping her up immediately, but I was like, she's like, what the heck with the pointing?
Well, that's kind of like, that's how Seinfeld ended, you know? The Good
Sure,
Samaritan law.
right,
You can't point and assess the situation and then walk away. You have to act.
But here's the thing. You know, we're talking about the pointing. So, okay, from a male perspective, right? And I'm sure women would love it too. If you were a woman and walked into a restaurant, you're a beautiful woman. And, you know, straight people, gay people, it doesn't matter. Everyone's pointing at you and going, wow. You know? That would be a big ego lift, wouldn't you think? Like, they're not pointing at you to make fun of you. They're pointing at you because they're admiring your beauty.
I don't know. I think
Is that insulting?
I think that you're assessing what you think that they would believe. I don't know. I don't know if the odds are high.
Okay, if you were a guy and walked into a restaurant and everyone was pointing at you and went, hoof, hoof, would you be insecure? And then somebody came up to you and they went, you're just so hot. Well, how would
Where
you?
the hell did this conversation go? Mike has a note. He said, we point at objects, not people. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But getting back to it, you mean you don't wish you were hot? You could walk into a restaurant and people just drool and look at you like you're an Adonis? You don't know? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sure. It's a dream.
It's a dream.
For some people, I think.
I guess it is. Yeah, everybody wants to look hot, look better.
I asked my coworkers today if they what would they do if at the next sales meeting. Have you seen these videos on these reels for the hair loss? There's like these Asian guys that get like this glued, like it's so like
it's a system.
Yeah, they grow like their hair out on the side and then they get this like glued thing.
Yeah,
and it's like longer hair. And then you get faded up on the side. And then
the algorithm's pushing you in those directions. You watched one time lapse of a guy getting like a hair transplant where like all of a sudden it's like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you know?
No, not.
And then you went, this is pretty interesting. And now the algorithm pushes you all kinds of videos.
To wigs and stuff like that.
I get a lot of guys getting fades on the side, like crazy fades. Like, yeah, anything. You look up one of those videos and you're just inundated with hair content.
So I said to them, I go, hey, you know what? It would be fun. And she goes, what? I go, what do those wigs cost?
A hair system like that, like a tape-on?
Yeah, I go, do you think? I go, would you?
This is where they shave your head. They put this like glue on your.
I'm already shaving my head. Right, that's what I'm like. We can do this.
And they put a longer wig on, and then they have a professional hairstylist give you
cut it and fade me up, make it look natural.
You want a hair? You want a Travolta hair system? That's what you're saying.
So I said, what would we? I go, we should do that next year.
Get hair systems?
No, like just for me, just for a gag, and I do it for the sales force. It's not like it's just a couple day thing that I wear out.
This is deep in your heart. You're like, I'm gonna pretend it's a gag, but really I do want to try it. I really want this for myself. It's a gag.
No, I would never like the glue. I go, but it would be fun. That would be a lot. Like if you saw like your boss who had been bald, all of a sudden came in and had like this tight fade, you wouldn't lose it laughing.
Yeah, I'd be in wonder and awe for a few minutes.
You wouldn't point at him and be like, no.
No, I'd go.
Or you'd be like, who did he pay for this?
First I'd point at him.
Or you go, that guy is gorgeous. Holy cow. Would you do that?
No, dude. Look at his hair. Oh, he's gorgeous. What'd you do?
Yeah.
Man, you know where things are always gorgeous?
Where?
Fox's Pizza. This show's presented by. We'll be back after the break, and we're back. 12:40 a.m. Hooley, second quarter of the program. Billy, you just went outside and you had a nice, delicious cigarette during the break.
A little bit of a butt.
A little bit of a butt.
Not a whole one.
How many cigarettes did you smoke over St. Patrick's Day weekend? You think? Put a number on it. The whistle. What you think?
That's because if I told you, it would sound disgusting.
Oh, tell the truth. This show's about authenticity, Bill.
Over the whole weekend, like from Friday the 15th to Sunday the 17th?
Yeah.
I don't know. 4 packs.
Oh, that's not too bad. When I was younger, that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those were 2-pack days from the amount of drinking and smoking. That was when you could smoke in bars, too.
Yeah, it's different. Like, I mean, you can go out with some double barrel will let you. You can survive for a while with double barrel action.
St. Patrick's Day is definitely a smoking holiday, isn't it? There's certain events throughout the year where if you're smoking, people are like, "Yeah, go ahead," you know.
Maybe. I think it's more of a bumming holiday. People are like, "Give me one of those now."
Oh yeah, where you fall off the wagon. You're like, God, I'd love to have a cigarette right now.
Yeah.
I'm on my second month of no ciggies.
I know.
Now.
I'm like really, really proud of you.
And I don't know. The weather change made me want to go outside the other day.
So then maybe we'll switch it up. Like maybe I'll now that I've lost some weight and I'm still in the process of ectomorphine, I'll go on that and then you can finally concentrate on ectomorphine.
It's the most insane sentence in the world, but yes. Now, I'm still in the process of ectomorphing. You can say that for as long as you've got, like, if you're going to the gym a few times a year, technically you are still in the process of ectomorphing.
Yeah.
It's a great LinkedIn headline for yourself.
In the process of ectomorphing?
Right, yeah. Open to work in the process of ectomorphing.
Yeah. Self-discovery, self-reflection, self-growth in the process of ectomorphing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good holiday.
Yeah, thanks.
I went and saw my daughter. She had a big banquet.
Yeah.
For she's in a performance. Shout out to School of Rock. We all know what School of Rock are. Mm-hmm. My daughter got into that, and they had their performance over the weekend, and I went, and she was like, "You gotta come," and I wasn't sure what to expect. She's been doing this for a couple months, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay. Were you like, is it an Irish show?
No, man.
It's like what Dad would have asked. Is it an Irish show?
Yeah, you gonna sing any Irish songs?
Yeah.
She'd be like, no, I'm singing Joan Jett. Like, oh, okay. No, she did. She did Pixie song, Where Is My Mind? She did Radiohead Creep.
Wow.
And I'll get to that. I hear her rehearsing for Creep.
Because I'm a... Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's nothing like having your teenage daughter just singing Creep around the house for 2 weeks. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh,
man.
I'm sitting there like as a father going, is this about our situation in the house? Like what's going on?
Have I not done things right?
Well, I put up with the singing and the rehearsing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's close quarters in my house as a single dad, right?
Yeah.
And so, I got one kid playing Madden, yelling at the screen, and then I got another kid in her room piping at the top of her lungs with the headphones on to,
Creep.
90s alt rock songs that were playing when I was her age, you know? But anyway, I was ready for the performance, and I was like, are you going to sing it are you going to do the numbers? Because they're covers, obviously, right?
Yeah. And
she's with the rest of her performance group, which is other kids who are in like levels 1 through 2 or whatever. Like, they at School of Rock, they have levels like 1 through 5.
Okay.
Like the more, and they
more advanced you get, or is it aged in grade?
No, it's about advancing in talent.
So you could have like an 18-year-old who's like with like a terrible voice, and he's got to play with like the 8-year-old.
Dude, what was that? That looked like something out of a dying alien in like a George Lucas movie.
Like how would an 18-year-old who had a crap voice that belonged performing with 10-year-old musicians sound?
This is the part of the show where Bill wants to make noises again. That's what it is. I was in the middle of a story and he went, maybe the teenager goes, every time you want to do a teenager joke, your teenager joke always reverts to just a weird sound. I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
I like it.
How do teenagers sound to you?
Whatever.
It's so hype. It's so mid.
Bro. Yeah. Bro. Yeah, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, I hear a lot of that. But listen, she's been rehearsing, right?
We're listening.
I'm getting used to the songs. I don't know what to expect, but I know that she's like, you're coming, right? It was on Sunday. I'm like, yeah. So Mike, the whole family went, Mom
and Dad were there?
No. Just immediate
Your
family.
immediate family.
Yeah.
Okay, your ex-wife was there too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
And my son was with me, and my mother-in-law came. Like, it was a good, and her friend from school came. She recruited people to go.
Oh, nice.
But to get like, what?
She wasn't like, "Where's Uncle Bill?" You were like, "He's dead."
Zero stage fright is what I'm getting at. And I've known this about Charlotte and my daughter in the past, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. She amazes me. And she's like, "Give me that microphone," but we have a musical history in our family. Her father was Cliff Johnson, is a pop singer. Like, there's a lot of weight.
Her grandfather. Yeah.
She feels that legacy as a performer from both sides of her family. Have performers in it, music and theater and comedy and whatnot. And so she, she's got that above her. She feels like it's a motivator for her too. Absolutely.
Right.
But to see her get up there and just like
wail,
oh man, she killed it. People were like, "What the?" But huge stage presence, confidence. Talking to the audience. Real comfortable, and really selling the numbers and going for it and hitting her ranges. And I felt bad. She was with two other girls.
One kid started crying.
One of whom lost it and started crying and couldn't perform. She was so terrified of Charlotte's stage dominance. Charlotte's like, she was like, and Charlotte just powered through it and was like patting her on the shoulder, like, "Yeah, I'm a creep," yeah.
Billy sticks his tongue out over there.
She was singing Joan Jett, "I Hate Myself for Loving You." Dun, dun, dun,
Good jam.
Yeah, it is. And but she's just wailing, and I'm like, oh, that poor girl.
I just watched the video. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had to tape it for. She's like, "I want to see it when it's done."
Yeah. Put it on Insta immediately.
No, she's not like that. But she was like, she wanted to watch it like she's like studying her performance. Like, how can I do better? What did I do wrong here? It's funny to watch a girl at that age start to like pick that up versus some of the other girls like that weren't like, it's like, and sometimes it's like, I hate to say it, some people just have it, and to see that in my daughter, to be like, well, she's past that hurdle, which for most people is the biggest hurdle of all.
Right. Now it's about just fine tuning your voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't known. What did my son Mikey think? Well, see, he's heard her rehearsing around the house. He was into it. He's probably thinking like, I'm better than that. I can do better.
He is. I know he is.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're competitive.
He's like, when I'm 14, I'm gonna smoke her when I sing an AC/DC song.
Nah, he's more like, I'm gonna be Joe Burrow. But and then when the Joe Burrow fantasy fades for him, he'll probably start looking and go, I want to be do music or try comedy or something like that. I will. And
maybe the Burrow fantasy doesn't fade. Maybe he does become Burrow. Why is he Joe Burrow? Why can't he be, Mahomes, anybody?
Maybe your son does become Burrow. What if he does become Burrow?
Yeah. Why did you pick the name Burrow?
If he becomes, because Joe Burrow, dude. He's the quarterback of the Bengals.
I know. Do you think he's the best guy in the NFL?
My son Mike likes Joe Burrow. Everybody's got a guy that they like when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Burrow's one of his guys.
His blonde.
He likes Josh Allen too.
Allen's cooler.
All right, whatever. Allen's cooler than Burrow. Why does he like Burrow? Mm-hmm. What if he becomes Burrow? Can you imagine if your son becomes Burrow?
Yeah.
Right there? Yeah, I can imagine,
Well, I'm glad the concert went well.
It was fun. It was fun to see that. And so hats off to my daughter, Charlotte. She killed it. It was a lot of fun to watch her.
Yeah.
But the competitive nature that exists in that school kind of I saw the kids that were like 4 levels above her play.
Yeah.
They're like Jimmy Kimmel's house band. You know, like, I mean, they're real tight, you know? Like, and so I was like, wow, like this is, they really are cultivating these kids on to probably have, you know, success in the industry in some capacity. Is wild to see.
Yeah.
Like that, it's a different culture. When we were coming up, we took guitar lessons, right?
That didn't last
I took
long.
it from a guy named Chris. He was like a hippie dude.
Yeah.
And
all he did was sing Spin Doctors. Little Miss can't be wrong.
He did. You know? He sang a lot of Spin.
Yeah, put a bullet in my head. Thanks, Bill.
Well, we're at the break.
Oh, we are? Is that fast already?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Flying.
We gotta go to podcast land. We gotta go to podcast land.
Okay.
If you've been enjoying this, you go to hibernianradio.org and find the second half of the Hooley's Hooley Show, or you go to iTunes and search for us there. Do want to thank our sponsors before we go. That's Flood Brothers Foxes, Madden Funds.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you on the other side here.
After this riff.
Yes!
Oh,
Hooley's
gosh.
Hooley. Second half of the program.
Yeah, you're off.
In case you were sleeping.
We're back!
Second half.
Here we are.
So that was that was my Sunday, the School of Rock experience.
Right.
But and she was very concerned with her performance afterwards. Like, you get on tape. I want to look at it. And I was like, what about that girl that was crying? You know? She's like, yeah, I felt bad for her. You know? But anyway,
how was my performance?
Like, how, you know? And but they are different age ranges on that stage. So she's a bit older than those girls too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, what? She's like cranking it in front of like an 11-year-old and like putting an 11-year-old to shame?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's not.
Well, no, because they've all started out at the same level. Whether you're 14 or 11, you're starting out at the same level. Yes. I do think that the people that are older.
I mean, are there other 15-year-olds that are like girls that are like higher level singers than
they're
she
not
is?
all oh, absolutely there are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Charlotte wants to battle against them eventually.
Oh yeah. No, they have something called house team. You want to get on so they're the competitive nature amongst the performers to get to another level is you can feel it in that room, and they're so like when they have those showcases, they're going for it, you know, like because they want to be selected to go to the next level or play with a different group, you know. So yeah, there's definitely a competitive nature to it.
Okay. Is Charlotte at the level where she can be like, hey, give me a B minor? You know, is she there yet?
Yeah, she's there.
She is?
I think so. That was the weirdest thing right there. You mean is she at the level where she's confident enough to start calling out notes? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. I don't know. I don't know, really. But what I'm saying is that the level of the kids that she's with, they can all start at different ages.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But they get paired together. So you take individual lessons. Like you do, like, oh, you're going to be a singer, or you're going to do guitar, you're going to do drums, you're going to do bass, right? And then they get these kids together and they assign them as a group, and they have like once a week or once a month, they all play together a certain amount of numbers that they're all supposed to have been studying and working on individually.
Yeah.
So that's when they get together. That's the performance that I went to. Right. Okay. And so their level performed, and then there's a level above them, and then above them, and above them. And it goes on and on until you reach.
Get it. Until you get signed by, you know?
No, they go on. There's a touring company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It runs deeper and deeper, you know? Like if you want to.
Go to Idol.
If you want to go to Idol, yeah. American Idol or something like that.
School of Rock's got your back on the Idol audition?
Probably. I would presume so, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, commercial for School of Rock, but
that's not. I mean, that's different. I guess music. You know, when you look at music, because we were jocks. You know, you're like, it's not like you're like, hey,
we were jocks.
You know, it's not like you got to be like, hey, you're going to be playing with a bunch of 11-year-olds. You might be like, cool, I'm going to smash these guys for the next 6 weeks. You might have a lot of fun doing it. I mean, does Charlotte like feel that way around other 11-year-olds? Like, yeah.
No, she just feels more confident, I'm sure, because of her age. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But Mike's looking it up and looking at all the locations.
9, 10,
yeah.
11, 12, 13.
There's like 20, right?
16,
in Illinois?
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22 locations in Illinois.
In the Chicago area.
In the Chicagoland area. Yeah, you can franchise them, I believe. Look at that.
Wow.
There's more School of Rocks than there are Jimmy Johns.
Maybe. No, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I think they're probably profitable, successful franchises.
Well, they did the movie with Jack Black.
Well, that's part of it. That was the whole branding thing. Like that built the brand. They spun all these schools after that IP already existed. I'm sure part of when you're franchising, you got to pay, whoever the film studio is.
So did you
that owns those IP?
After Charlotte's performance, did you like hang out and see all the other performances and look like that like nerdy dad in the audience? Like, yeah.
The nerdy dad in the audience who yells "yeah" for his kid.
Not for his kid. When his kid's done, he's just like,
for
yeah. This is
dude,
great.
Why is he a nerd? Like
don't
he's
know.
just celebrating music. But yeah, I did. There were some aging groove dogs hanging out.
They were like, yeah.
I hung out for a little while. Mike has a note. School of Rock currently has over 400 locations open
In development.
and in development across 16 countries worldwide.
This is a monster business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're a studio.
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, they're getting big. So yeah, that's the brand of that. So far, our experience has been great.
Yeah.
Right. Mike can have a note. What more can we franchise?
What movie?
Oh, what movie can we franchise to have locations? Well, I think the Second City wanted originally. Now that it's corporate now, like they probably want to do that. Like, hey, we'll teach you comedy and improv everywhere throughout the world. They already do. They already have a lot of locations.
Yeah.
But I think that they're eyeballing. I can't imagine like former improvisers franchising the name to open little studios and wherever they go and reside. I'm sure that was the master plan of a lot of those theaters at a certain point. But there was the comedy snobs that exist inside those places, would say, well, the integrity of the brand is completely lost. And they're not wrong, But yeah, but yeah, what more can we franchise, Mike?
What movie?
Oh, another movie.
Like School of Rock.
Yeah.
Oh man. Radio Boys.
Radio Boys is not a movie.
Starring us.
Radio
and then,
Boys.
we just make this movie about, everybody can be a podcaster. We call it Radio Boys, and then we just start schools for podcast nerds.
There are schools for podcasting.
Okay, why don't we call them Radio Boys, our brand?
Radio Boys. I want to be an influencer podcaster. I took classes at Radio Boys.
Yeah. Radio Boy. And then we could write a Broadway musical about it.
Radio Boys, a Broadway musical
Eventually.
about two podcast brothers.
Yes.
It's not a bad idea.
No.
We can't play. Can we play ourselves in Radio Boys?
Absolutely. Actually, no, I don't want to play myself. I want somebody who could just point to hot chicks and then have this incredible voice. Oh, Radio Boy.
You're getting silly with it
I
now.
am. I'm just goofing around.
Radio Boys, the movie brand. I mean, people have come to me with the idea before of wanting to, because of the podcast boom and explosion that has occurred in the last few years, especially with YouTube now.
Yeah.
Everyone's on YouTube.
Yeah.
To essentially, buy these little small spaces and turn them into studios and with an engineer.
Right.
And lease time out, for businesses and brands that want to have podcasts. Yeah, they exist. They're out there. There's tons of them, know. But is there one called Radio Boys?
That's it.
I don't know. I like it, Radio Boys.
Food for thought.
What's the commercial for Radio Boys? It's got to be like a local, Peter Francis Tracy kind of Eagle Man ilk for Radio Boys.
Did you like comedy?
Do you watch
Were you
a lot
smoker?
of do you like watching YouTube clips and making reels and talking nonsense?
And pointing at people?
Pointing? Come to our facility. We're Radio Boys.
That's not rude.
That's not rude. That's authentic.
That's not rude. That's authentic. That's the tagline.
Yeah. At Radio Boys, we're not rude. We're authentic.
Yeah.
Interested in learning more about podcasting? Visit radioboys.com or visit them at their beautiful headquarters in Summit, Illinois.
Right. Yeah.
Where are you going this afternoon? I'm going over to Radio Boys to tape a spot.
Yeah.
How do we get going?
Are you
on
happy for spring?
I got to give a shout out to my buddy Nicky Rada because he's the one who he was like. He's like, no, he was like, let's do a business like that. I'm going to do it. So I hope he does.
Yeah, do it.
There's a possibility. Yeah. I just want to give Nick a shout out. He's a loyal listener of the program. Yeah. And when we were just doing that bit, I thought of, that's Nick's idea. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. Anyway, that's not a bad plan. And then later this week, the drama ensues. The life of a father of a teenage girl. Oh no, is insane. What happened? It's constant drama, constant. It never ends. A fight? What? Their friends turning on each other. Their friends got betrayal. They got into a fight because one of the friends didn't decorate the other friend's locker for her birthday at school. This is what they fight about. Come on. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, so one of our friends decorated another friend's locker for the birthday. One of your daughter's friends decorated another girl's locker. That's what you're saying. Not your friend. You don't know some 15-year-old girl, right? Or are you hanging out with 15-year-olds? What just happened? You said one of our friends. Our friends? We're not hanging out with 15-year-old girls. No. I was saying one of my daughter's friends. Oh, but you didn't, initialize that, I guess, in the beginning. Is that the right word? I thought I did. Probably not. Take two. Thank you. Yeah. Take two. Slate. Bing. My daughter and her friends are having a lot of drama. And it occurred because they all go to the same school together. And one of them, it's an all-girls school. Mm-hmm. They like to do nice things for each. They build these kinds of rituals amongst their friend groups. You know, it's your birthday. We should all decorate Cindy's locker for her birthday, right? And then it becomes a thing, right? I got to do it for everybody now. But then the group brain farted and forgot that it was somebody in their group's birthday. So somebody got all butthurt. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then the finger pointing and the picking of sides started. You know, the finger pointing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it got real ugly. You know, where they're making social media videos about each other, talking smack back and forth. Whoa! It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. And I'm like, what is like the idea of like how these girls fight and bully with each other is like through the forms of communication now is mind-boggling to me. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with all the different platforms that they're on that they like to. So it's more they try to cause more damage to a person than they would just actually being like, come on, let's go outside and throw some blows. Well, girls aren't gonna. Well, they're not gonna. Very rarely do you see the cat fighting stuff, right? It happens, sure, you know, but no, just they think about like, you know, it's about like socially isolating people. Mm-hmm. Openly talking in front of their face to the other person, you know, psychological trauma. But like making making videos. It's like, whoa, you know. And I'm like, these people are supposed to be your friends. Like, this is insane. They're not your friends. Those people aren't your friends. Yeah. And she's like, well, they'll get over it. Mike goes, all over an undecorated locker. That's what I'm getting at. So what? Let me guess. Like it became insane. Was it Charlotte's turn to decorate the locker? And no, and they went after her. No, it was Charlotte chimed into the friend group and said, "Oh, big deal. She forgot. You know, like it's just get over it or something like that. You know." Mm-hmm. And she said, I understand your feelings are hurt. You know, we it's not intentional, you know, and then it became a thing that the other girl was like, oh, you're just making a thing because I said something, you know, because I said something about it. Now you're pointing me out, you know, and it was just like, oh my God, the sensitivity levels are just at like up to here. And then the importance to like have this crew that they all, you know, and I wouldn't call it it's not a clique. I guess maybe not a huge clique, but like a group of like 4 different girls that are supposed to be nice to eeach other. And now they're all just trashing each other? They all, yeah. It's like we had to step in as parents to be like, this is a bomb. Like, whoa. Like, what's going on? Like, just knock it off, you know? And it stopped, you know? But it was just like. You know what it is? Dude. These kids, and I hate to say it, they're all turning into narcissists.
They're all on their phones too much. There's no empathy towards anyone. It's all about me. Constant validation, and they're not that's why it's like, oh, are these people your friends? A narcissist isn't your friend. They're not.
Bill brought the N-word out tonight.
I had to.
But you're not.
Sounds like it.
You're not entirely wrong. I mean, they're trying to live two different lives. So they're constantly, the kids, when they want to fight with each other, calling each other's kind of personal brands out. Right? Whatever, because they're all vying to make some sort of presence for themselves on the social media platforms.
Sure.
But they're doing it in a way that isn't the way that we did it when we were younger, where it was like, Facebook, I'll make a profile, it's me. Now they're putting thought and scripts behind what kind of person they want to appear to be on those platforms, because of the influencer world, right? I'll be, and so the amount of pressure and the way that they start bullying each other is by undercutting each other's,
Well, they're creating borderline personality disorders for themselves. That's what I think. They might not realize it.
Dr. Bill.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm worried about society in the next, I'm worried about all these young kids that by the time they get to 40, you can forget about marriage or relationships. No,
I don't know about you. They're still pretty young. Mike doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I see it. It's at high levels. I mean, how many times sending pictures like that, 100 of them a day.
For our radio listeners, Bill just mimicked licking his hand and kissing.
No,
his
it
hand.
was looking at a phone. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the duck face.
Yeah.
Sure.
When did that become hot?
When did that become hot? Bill, the question Bill's been chasing for the last 40 years.
Hey, this spring, I want you to ask yourself, when did duck face become hot? Right?
We'll investigate this after the
Please.
break. More Hooley's Hooley when we return. Welcome back.
Yes.
Final four of the program.
Yeah, we're in it.
Mike had a note here at the break.
Yeah.
I'm going to read from the internet. In the 1994 film 4 Weddings and a Funeral, one of the lead characters, Henrietta, played by Anna Chancellor, is nicknamed Duckface for her pouty expressions. Ben Stiller mocked models' pouty expressions in the 1996 comedy sketches and the 2001 feature film Zoolander. The silly expressions made by his narcissistic character have retroactively been identified as an example of duck face. As social networks became popular, young women frequently made exaggerated pouty expressions. This became a major fad by the 2010s, provoking a strong negative reaction among some viewers. Yeah. Billy, the history of duck face.
Yeah.
Right there.
Do some people you think look prettier with duck face?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Could you imagine seeing a chick and be like, ooh, that chick's hot. And then she comes out and you're like, put the duck face back on. I don't like it.
The duck face is to try to make your jawline more profound, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
and
now they're just...
And your lips pouty.
Well, now everyone's just doing Botox. You don't even need to do duck face. You can just have it.
Or you can just create a brand called Duck Face and get 1 million Instagram followers.
We could do that. The Duck Face podcast.
Duck Face.
We're just all...
That's a spinoff of Radio Boys. That's their first client, the Duck Face Show. All it is women with duck faces talking. The Real Housewives of Cicero. Duck Face. Edition.
Just... Yeah.
The Saw Actors are coming back.
Yeah, are they? Absolutely.
Our great friends at...
I said, yeah, are they? Sound like Dad's old co-host.
Live Nation said, make sure you tell everybody the Saw Actors. So thanks to them.
Where are they playing?
They're playing at the Aragon Ballroom, Byline Bank Aragon Ballroom, July 19th, I believe, right here.
Oh, it's in July, so you got time.
It's a Saturday. Tickets just went on sale.
So it's like you get off your St. Patrick's Day hangover, you can do it all over again, July 19th with the Saw Doctors.
You could. You can use the code Hibernian. That was for pre-sale, but pre-sale is over at this point. But make sure you check them out and get there. Okay. It's a great show. Leo Moran, Saw Doctors, come on. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's always a blast.
Yeah, and Aragon is such a cool place. So check it out. March Madness, I'm pumped to see it go down. I'm not even checking the scores right now. I haven't even looked.
Yeah.
But McNeese State knocked off Clemson this afternoon. That was the big shocker game.
Yeah. You told me to take Clemson.
I did. I told you to take Clemson. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's always a couple in the first
Parlay
round.
boy, and when it comes to a
I'm
bracket,
parlay
it's
boy.
not that great. Yeah.
Nobody. I said, well, I was going to bring this. Warren Buffett gives out $1 million every year to someone if they get a.
Have to get
I
the
should
perfect,
pull it up. It's not just a perfect bracket, and I don't know. Maybe Mike can pull it up before the break, but
for the
or
break.
end,
That's it.
Before the end of the show. But Buffett's a huge
Basketball
guy.
Yeah.
And so he goes nuts for like 40 years he's been doing this bracket challenge where he said if anybody gets a perfect bracket, I don't think anyone's ever gotten a perfect bracket. The closest
I've never heard of it.
I was reading the closest somebody got was like 38 out of 40 games. But anyway, $1 million if you work for him, right? Here it is. Every year, millions of basketball fans fill out brackets trying to pick the winning teams for NCAA's March Madness men's basketball tournament, often competing in office-wide pools in hopes of scoring prizes ranging from bragging rights to thousands of dollars. Berkshire Hathaway is no different. Chairman Warren Buffett has been running March Madness Challenge for employees for years, and this year it's a little easier to win. Employees of the conglomerate can win $1 million if they correctly pick winners 30 out of the tournament's 32 first-round games, set to tip off Thursday today and Friday. In 2024, employees had to get through the first round's 32 games without error to win the grand prize, though they had free passes for the first 8 games played by number 1 and number 2 seeds teams, since it's rare for those 2 teams to be eliminated in the first 2 games. Okay. That was a bundle to read. But yeah, there it is. I mean, I would love to be...
Go get a job with Berkshire Hathaway,
I got to call Warren. Warren,
Warren,
listen,
I need a job, but I think I can win your
part of
bracket
that
too.
NCAA bracket pool.
Yeah.
They should just do it. Berkshire Hathaway should just do it for the entire country. If anybody gets it, Warren Buffett gives you $1 million.
Somebody probably does hit it. We've talked about it. I mean,
no, I don't think it's like of all the sports books and everything. Like it's winning. You don't have to win the whole thing. You have to win 30 out of 32
first round games
to win Buffett's thing. But
so you gotta.
I'm talking about a perfect bracket. Like it's never been done. I don't believe.
Why don't you call Buffett and be like, "Hey, I'm going to do a 25 leg parlay. Does this work if I hit this?"
I mean,
$1 million?
It's a perfect bracket would be more than that. It'd be a 32 leg or something like that. So, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't do one. A 32 leg parlay for like $1. I would have paid like
10 cents would win you about $1 million or something like that. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Or maybe
you didn't
2
do it.
cents or 3 cents. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I filled one out.
Did you?
Yeah, but it's not. I didn't.
You weren't like Laszlo Holyfeld in Real Genius trying to figure out the Frito-Lay sweepstakes. And
just filling out 800 brackets.
Yeah, like ooh, we're gonna get one.
Well, with
like printing them out.
I'm talking about a human selected bracket. I bet there's been a computer generated bracket that's been correct. You know,
Sure.
like
AI.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Somebody's gonna hit one with AI. Like this year, they're gonna be like AI. Just keep doing algorithms for me. And just,
But you'd have to enter. You'd still have to enter. Thousands
Manually.
and thousands of times, and your odds would still be astronomical. So, I don't know. Yeah, but you're right though. People are trying to build gambling bots with AI all day. Mm-hmm. And even I've used AI to try to assist and build
sure
probability sheets.
Yeah.
Is Syracuse going to win by 6 or are they going to win by 5? ChatGPT, please cross-reference Ken Palm to...
Pick dogs to...
Yeah, right, yeah. Please use aggregate all my gambling site information and build me a bot that will pick the games correctly for me so I never have to work again.
What would you call a gambling bot if they build one?
It would be called FanDuel or
Vince the gambling
DraftKings.
bot?
Oh, Insta Gambling Bot? There's probably that IP is probably taken Insta Gambling Bot.
I didn't say Insta. I said Vince.
Vince the Gambling Bot? Why is it Vince?
I don't know. Is it like I don't know, like a guy in Vegas, like a pit boss? Vince the gambling bot. You know?
We were talking about. I thought you were talking about a piece of computer programming and an app that you could sell. You were just talking about.
I thought it was just like an AI generated gambling bot.
Like a humanoid bot?
Yeah,
Like an android? Like
yeah.
a guy who's just really good at
He greets you like a pit boss.
Pointing at women.
Points at women. Yeah.
what, dude?
He's like, what do you think the line is on the Syracuse game? I could tell you in 2 seconds.
Oh.
I already talked to FanDuel. I already talked to this. I already talked to Pick that, you know.
Vince the gambling bot. Every teenage boy would want a Vince the gambling bot for Christmas. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I get you a Coke? Sit down and get you a Coke. You know what the spread is on the next game
He's
tonight?
got cologne on, too.
When you buy the bot,
It's like a permanent scent of cologne on the bot. It never goes away.
when you buy the bot at the Vince the Gambling Bot dealership, it comes with a bottle of cologne and a scent. Mm-hmm. Hey, Vince is going to get kind of oily and creaky.
He's also over 6'2", and he's just, you know, well endowed as well.
Why?
You just have to make him real tough and masculine and like wanted and like awesome, like just
Tough and
irresistible.
Rebecca Brendan.
Dude, what?
Brandina.
No.
Like Brendan, like yeah, but he's Vince the gambling bot.
But you want him to have sexual parts and good hair? Is that what you said?
And we're making him a humanoid, right?
No, dude. I was just talking about a guy who's like a Vicky Small Wonder gambling type pit boss guy. And then you were like, how big is his package? You got to make his package bigger. Give him nice hair. Why? Why not?
Smells good too.
I want Vince to feel like he's hot. You know, I think it's part of his. It's part of his persona. You know,
Sure.
program him. I want self-confidence through the moon. I want a big hammer on him. I want great hair.
So the gambling bot has got to be like some like you know weasel of a dude. No, we want him. You know.
You want him like Jack LaLanne.
Yeah. It's that time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope our listeners have enjoyed another week.
Sorry
of
for the rant.
insanity.
Yeah.
Do want to thank our sponsors, Flood Brothers, Foxes, Madden Funds. Go see the Saw Doctors in July 19th. Buy tickets now.
Yeah.
And until next week.
Bye.
Oh,
Wait, we got one more.
Where do we find it?
you can find it on iTunes.
Yeah, thanks,
or you
Mike.
can go to YouTube and find Hooley's Hooley Show there. Or go to hibernianradio.org. Now we can leave.
Until next week.
Bye.
Bye.